Captain Marvel is okay, I guess, but it's not a film that I'd really say that I'd ever go back to or really remember. Captain Marvel feels like, oh, here's another Marvel film to hold you over until Endgame. We'll give you a few cool action scenes, some good enough jokes, but not really leave you with the same impact or fun that other MCU movies bring. Even if an MCU movie isn't completely a mind game changer like Infinity War, they can still have a lot of entertainment value with a lot of different styles. Captain Marvel doesn't have its specific style. And I know a lot of people say the same thing about Ant-Man, but I feel like Ant-Man does at least have a little bit of a style, like a kind of small scale comedy. Even if it doesn't have a huge amount of style, it still has something that you can point to. It's more of a this kind of movie. Captain Marvel just kind of feels like every other Marvel movie ever made. The character herself, played by Brie Larson, is fine in the movie. She has some really funny lines and some really cool stuff to say, but I never really got invested in her character the same way I wanted to, in the same way I got invested in like Captain America or Thor or a lot of the other characters. It just there was so much more you could have done, and Brie Larson brings an okay performance. She just doesn't do much with the character. However, I will say Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury is the best version of Nick Fury I've seen. He is hilarious in this movie. He is great. He really brings a lot of more life to this movie than the main character herself does. He has this sort of like wit to him. He has this really coolness. Yet it's nice to see a less experienced version of him. We still get everything we like about him, but we get to see like a different side of him, and I love that about this Nick Fury and Goose the Cat. Goose the Cat is awesome. Nothing I need to say. He's awesome. Other than those two, nothing of all other characters felt kind of like there's other the other character just kind of felt like okay, they're cool too. I like them. But other than Nick Fury, no really character stood out for me. All of them kind of felt like stock normal characters with some really good actors, and it didn't work in that way that I wanted them to work. And before you call me sexist, I really did want to love all these characters. I wanted to be fully invested in everything. I just couldn't. It's just something about the movie just felt so off. Other than the fact that it's really generic, there's a lot of missed opportunities. They do so. Scrolls were something I was really excited for, with cool misdirection and things you can do with them. And they do a little bit of it, but they do a little thing that they do with the scrolls, a kind of twist, and it takes away all this sort of potential they could have had, and turns it into just kind of nothing. You don't have anything cool left about them. I like a part. There's a twist where I'm not going to get into too much because this is a spoiler-free review, and I'm not even gonna make a spoiler review because there's no point to it. But like, there's a twist they do, and on one hand, it is kind of cool, making you rethink the entire movie. But on the other hand, you could have done so much more with the Skrulls. They're such creative characters, and you kind of waste all their potential. Again, it sounds like I'm trashing this movie, and I did not hate this movie. There were some really funny moments. There were some moments that made me laugh, genuinely, really have a good time. This is a movie that's not boring. This movie is not boring. It is enjoyable. I enjoyed watching it. But I felt like there's so much more they could have done with this. I just felt they had something there and they just didn't go all out with it. And there was something they could have done much better. Even though I still enjoyed Captain Marvel, it just didn't match those heights that I wanted an MCU movie to reach. I'm going to give Captain Marvel a B minus. So, what did you think of Captain Marvel? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Um, have you even seen it yet? Or if you haven't seen it, are you excited for it? Are you dreading it? Um, so that's all I need to say. In terms of what's news, I'm really trying to watch. There are two Netflix movies out now: Juanita or Juanita. I don't know how to say the name, but and Walk Ride Rodeo. I'll try to watch one of those films to get a review out. Maybe next. I'll try next week. I keep saying I'll save a bunch of these Netflix films. I haven't had much time to just sit down and watch a Netflix movie. So sorry, those aren't coming out. I might, if I miss a few, I don't know what's going to be happening for this month with Netflix movies, but hopefully I'll be able to watch them. And that said, goodbye.